You look like you're enjoying it.
I'm not, let me tell you. I loved Legos, but that's not a Lego.
Water tanks and our new water maker.
Boy, take a chance, will you let me ride? I could be the best thing in your life. Baby, let's take a drive, take a drive.
Welcome back on board Take It Easy. Today we have finally received our new water maker, which is the last thing that we need to do before we can leave Cairns. So let's get to it. Job for the day. Water maker. It's not going to be an easy job.
First, let's unpack like it's Christmas.
Unpacking! Oh. Alright.
I didn't expect that.
What do we have? A lot of plastic. Some sort of hose. Another hose on your side. You already look so discouraged.
That's because I am. I don't even know how it's gonna fit.
Probably won't. Should we give up and go eat an ice cream?
I'd like an ice cream. I'd also like to have water when we are in Indonesia. That would be nice.
Who needs water? Alright, let's not give up. Let's take this out.
Obama out.
So far, no instructions in all of that, so we have to keep opening boxes, I guess.
Another one.
Another box.
How many boxes?
No idea what that is.
Let's put it here just in case.
Ah, that I know. It's a filter. Finally something I know what it's for.
Wow, genius! Taste and odor removal.
I don't want my water to taste like fish. Or to smell like fish.
Why would the water smell like fish?
Because it comes from the sea.
So the sea smells like fish.
Woo!
And the instructions. Out. Maybe we shouldn't put everything there. Maybe it's packed together. Hmm?
Too late!
You know I'm right.
Yep. That's just the auto flush instruction.
Yeah, probably because we just opened the auto flush box. Genius! Do you know how we could have known this is the auto flush?
It's written on it.
Auto flush kit.
Send the next box. So is there anything written? No. 12-volt control panel.
Oh, that's just the control panel.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's massive. Oh, where are we gonna put that?
We'll think about it.
We'll create space on the boat.
Mm-hmm.
Out.
Out. Okay, the last box. And I'm guessing this contains the actual instructions. There's a hat. You look so good. Oh, nice! The cup holder. I'm more excited about the goodies than the water maker. And the instructions.
It's a whole book. That's not a good sign, babe.
Operating manual. Okay, let's keep unboxing, I guess.
Out.
Wow, how many filters?
It's Christmas. It's Christmas. It's Christmas. Do you see the beast?
Yep. Is it time for the ice cream now?
out. Maybe the other way around. I'll tell you why. The filters out of the battery.
Yeah.
And this can be closer to there.
Okay.
Quickly I'm catching on, letting on my heart show. My beauty marks are everywhere that left a scar.
We spent the rest of the afternoon reading instructions and trying to push and pull hoses through tiny spaces, most of the time for nothing because it was the incorrect hose, by the way. I'm dead, guys. Too much thinking, too much trying to fit cables through impossible places, too much trying to understand how this stupid water maker is working. And Jan's gone to play poker, so I think I'm gonna call it a night and just get some rest. But let me show you the state of the boat. So this used to be the saloon. We can't sit there because it's open. We can't sit over there because it's open. We can't use the table because there's crap everywhere and we can barely walk. The next day, a friend of us came to help us make sense of everything and give us the basics of how you do plumbing on a boat. We would never have figured out anything without him. He also brought some tools we didn't have to position the control panel. Thank God.
Look at the mess. You look like you're enjoying it.
I'm not, let me tell you. I loved Legos, but that's not a Lego.
Water tanks and our new water maker. But what we've done so far, the control panel.
Come in. And when you say we, you mean Jin.
Yeah.
We looked at Jin drilling the holes, right?
Yeah, but it's done. Yeah, he was nice enough to help us.
This is the through hole for salt water, and here there's a sea strainer. So we're gonna reuse that fitting, but after the sea strainer, because that's pretty useful. So what we need to do is to put a T in this one that goes up to the saltwater pump. So we are here, we're going in there, then that is going to the sump that will be against that wall. This is continuing here. This is to plug a hose and have some sort of bucket if we want to pickle the system. And then that goes to the top, and this is what I need to connect here. Okay, let's try to put this in there. Ah. Ziz!
Lumière?
Aziz, light! Much better, thank you, Aziz.
Okay, then we put those. Let's start with that side. I couldn't fit the hose, so I had to call the strong man.
More than that?
Yeah, it needs to go all the way. Depends, do you want leaks or not?
Yes, I want leaks. I mean, it's almost all the way here, but it's not straight. Did you cut that?
No. Wasn't me.
Are you sure about that?
Wasn't me.
It's all the way here.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, last part of this massive construction is to plug the T to the water pump. Space is a bit tight in here, so we have to go above the pump and back down. Right, so it's starting to be late, so what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to prepare the control panel for tomorrow and just call it a night. Right, so here's my final step. So I need to put this, the pressure gauge of the system. I need to put it into this, so that comes in here and that comes in there. Okay, time for me to give you what I'm sure is a well-needed summary. As you might remember, this is our sofa, under which we have the batteries on one side, the water tanks in the middle, and now the water maker on the other side. On that same side, we have the kitchen with 2 faucets, one for fresh water from the tanks and one for salt water. Here is what we have connected so far. The water comes from a through hull into the sea strainer and then goes into a T to either supply the water maker or the faucet. It then goes into another T, allowing for pickling from a bucket. After that, it goes into the pre-filter thanks to the pressure unit and into the membrane with the control panel connected in the middle. This is where we are so far. Okay, new day. What are we doing now?
We are gonna plug the water maker to our tanks. So we want to tee that pipe, the big one. This is the one where we actually put water in on the deck. So if we tee, then here for example, the water from the water maker is gonna come here into the tank. Yeah, we just have to cut the pipe. Tee, sounds simple. I'm sure it's gonna be complicated.
I love the we just have to.
Just
yeah, just. Remember how yesterday I was so proud of putting the control panel in and everything was positioned? We've just removed it because we can't actually move the battery that's behind it and there's not enough space for us to plug all of the hose. Basically what I did yesterday was for nothing, as always. So, product water from the membrane, that's done. Then this is product water that goes to the tank. Let's figure out the lengths later. What's going in there? This is product water to overboard. What's that? Okay. What's the difference between brine hose to waste and product water to overboard? Why is there 2? Now that all of this is connected, all we have left to do is take care of those wastewater products. In order to do that, we have a hose that runs from the tanks into the waste in case we overfill the tanks, and I'm just going to tap into this. I've already done it for the brine water, now I just need to do it for the divert water.
Like me, that's beautiful, you see. I wanna let my soul shine, wanna let my soul shine. Oh, I wanna live.
That was basically the last thing that we could do today because then, as always, we're still missing some stuff.
and I want an ice cream.
And he wants an ice cream. Pretty much everything is done. We've connected the unit to the tanks. We've connected everything to the inlet and then to the outlet, so going out of the boat. The only thing that is missing is for the auto flush. So we need a connection that goes from the tank to the unit so that the unit can take some fresh water and auto flush the system with it.
We don't need the auto flush to actually test the system, because we can test if it produces water, and then if it doesn't, then we better fix that before doing the auto flush.
I'm sure it's going to produce water. The question is, where is it going to leak? And I'm not saying, is it going to leak? I'm saying, where is it going to leak? Because you know it will.
Yep.
So, ice cream?
Ice cream it is.
As mentioned, all we have left to do now is take care of the battery cables and the auto flush. But before that, it's ice cream time. It will be raspberry and coconut for me and pistachio and salted caramel for Jan. So what are we doing here?
This is the cable the water maker came with, which is obviously too short because the batteries are over there, which is like 3 meters away, and that cable is just like 1 meter. We had to buy a new one and we're gonna link them together.
So how are you doing it?
I want to just spread it so I can just twist them together.
Do not burn me.
Do you want another tattoo?
No, not like that. Oh, I hate that smell on a boat.
Well, I think that's gonna hold.
Yeah. So now we're just gonna wait for it to dry, and then we need the hot gun, which obviously is an house because we don't have that sort of tools, and we're gonna put that sleeve on top of it and hit it.
Hit it.
Hit it.
Hit it.
Cool.
No, I was gonna high five.
Are you happy about the work?
Looks like a professional has done it.
Not one, two professionals.
Yep.
Now all we have to do is actually plug this to the battery. By the way, if somebody fancies coming on board and sorting out this mess of cables, you are more than welcome. But in the meantime, we are just reusing overcrowded poles and praying nothing catches fire. Then we can move on to plugging the hose for the auto flush. This white hose that you see here is what's coming from the tank and goes into the pump. What we want to do is take either take this one or that one, which are T's, and we're gonna replace them with a 4-1, and so we'll have another exit and we'll run a hose from there. Luckily we have those kind of things, which means that we can turn the water off. It's just the water that is in the pipes that's gonna run, but not everything that's in the tanks.
So we have plugged everything and we are about to give it a go. Finger crossed everything works.
Okay, so I'm turning on the circuit breaker and nothing should happen because the control panel is off.
Alright. Now I'm gonna press on this on button and this is gonna turn on the pump. This is water quality here. Any leaks?
No leaks.
And we are producing water. Right quality. It's now going outside and not in the tanks because we want to let it run for a while.
Consumption wise, we are looking at almost 40 amps on startup and then it settles down to 30. We actually decided not to divert the water into the tank because the water in the inlet is a bit murky, so not ideal. But make sure to join us next time we are on the reef, where we will fill up our tanks. If you like this video, make sure to give us a like, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell and drop us a comment. See you next time, bye!